Hey everyone, Melissa here. Welcome to my channel if you're new here, or if you're not new here, welcome back. I'm really grateful to be here with you. This practice is coming to you from the beautiful Costa Rica. This is a very intentional, heart-opening practice with the intention of coming from the heart opening from a place of centeredness and groundedness, so it's not overstimulating. However, there are some challenging postures where we'll strengthen the core and we'll prepare for a peak pose, peak posture, which is Ustrasana, camel pose. This is a complete practice, meaning there is asana. We will end in shavasana to receive. That's not the final ending. The ending after that, we will sit in pranayama. I'll guide you through completing the practice with meditation in the light of the heart. So a block might be necessary for support in meditation. And there are some postures that will be done on the knees. If you have tender knees, maybe grab a blanket, that might be helpful. Other than that, get into something comfortable and let's get this practice started. Let's begin today's practice on our backs. You can lay down in Supta Baddha Konasana, so feet touching, knees out. You can always bring a couple of blocks to support the backs of your thighs or pillows. Or if this is not feeling supportive for you today, you can have your feet in constructive rest. So feet out wide, knees fall in to touch. But if you want that extra opening, have your feet touching, knees open. Arms could be by the side, palms up, so bringing in that openness in the chest. Maybe arms out in a T if you like a little extra opening, or if you want even more, arms up can be in cactus, or maybe make a diamond shape, stacking one palm on top of the other, or have the fingers touch overhead. So you decide, you choose. You want to choose a spot with your arms where you could still breathe freely. So find your intentional beginning posture. Close down your eyes if you haven't already, and let's invite in 2 deep cleansing breaths to arrive, clear the space, and land on our mat. So exhale through the nose. Take a nice big inhale through the nose. Let your belly, your ribs, your chest, collarbones expand, fill up. And a nice big exhale out through the mouth, release, let it go. Let all the air go out. And we'll do that one more time. Big inhale, fill completely up. This is your inspiration. Take life in. And exhale, let it go. Let all that stale air go out, release. Close your lips, close your mouth, and shift your breath to breathe in and out through both nostrils, feeling your belly rise and fall. So as you breathe in, you'll feel your belly expand. And as you breathe out, you'll feel your belly soften. So we're shifting our orientation from the outer external world and starting to tap into our internal world by focusing on the breath. Start to elongate your inhalations and exhalations, samavritti, so equal length inhales and exhales. So see if you can expand your inhalation to the count of 6, counting internally to yourself, and slow down your exhalations for the count of 6 as well. And it might take a few rounds to build up to that. The idea is that you want to slow your breathing down. And as you do that, as you slow down the inhalations and the exhalations, you'll notice that your mind also starts to slow down. You're tethering your awareness, your mind to your breath, and that starts to slow down your internal world and brings you into the present moment, all that ever is. Just a couple more rounds of deep, slow inhalations to the count of 6, and deep, slow exhalations to the count of 6. Finishing off your last round of intentional breathing here. When you're finished your final exhalation, release the control and the shaping of your breath. Let your breath adjust and be natural. Notice the quality of your mind, the quality of your being, of your energy. And allow yourself to use your connection to your breath throughout practice as your anchor to the present moment, moving intentionally. So from here, without using your hands, if your legs are open, you're going to use the muscles of your inner thighs to start to close the legs together. So engaging the inner thighs, like as if you're closing a book. And then we'll all be in constructive rest if you're not already there. So feet out wide, knees fall in to touch. And from here, we'll set ourselves up for a dynamic bridge. So you want to bring your feet hip width distance apart, have your heels close to your glutes, palms down by your side. You're going to press into your feet, gently engage your glutes on the inhale, lift your hips up into a bridge position. And exhale, slowly roll down, hips lower down. Now we're going to add in the arms. As you breathe in, lift your hips up and reach both arms up and over in two parallel lines. So the backs of the hands touch the ground behind you. And as you exhale, lower the arms, lower the hips. We'll do that a couple more times. Inhale, lift the hips, lift the arms, starting to awaken and enliven the back body and the shoulders and the spine. Exhale, lower the hips, lower the arms, nice and smooth. Again, inhale, lift the hips, lift the arms, sinking breath to movement. Exhale, lower hips, lower arms. And last time like this. Inhale, lift the hips, lift the arms all the way up. This time, you're going to exhale, keep your hips lifted, and just lower your arms down nice and slow. Palms can stay down on the ground. We're going to hold the bridge posture. Keep breathing. If you want to interlace the hands, you can, and walk the shoulders in, pressing your forearms down into the mat. Make sure the weight is even in both sides of the legs, so one leg isn't dominating over the other. Continue with your equal length inhales and exhales. Nice and easeful, maintaining the sense of calmness. Just feeling the body start to awaken. If your hands are interlaced, release your hands and your shoulders. As you exhale, slowly roll down upper back, mid back, lower back. Release your glutes. Just feel that nice sense of grounding here. We're going to take our arms out into a T. Palms could be up or down. Down, you're going to feel more supported. So you can decide once we get to the sequence. You're going to bring your legs up into tabletop. Legs are together. And notice if your lower back has lifted off the mat. You want to pull the belly in so the lower back touches the mat and stays connected. Imagine there's like a seat belt containing the core here. Dynamic twists. You're going to inhale here to prepare. As you exhale, bring your legs over to the left. Legs stay together. Keep your right shoulder connected to the ground. Legs together. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, legs over to the right. Left shoulder stays grounded. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, legs over to the left. Right shoulder down. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, legs over to the right. Left shoulder stays grounded. Starting to awaken the core and the spine. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, over to the left. This time we'll come all the way down. We won't hold for too long. Your left hand can hold on to the right thigh for support. Head could stay center or look over to the right. Breathe into your belly. Okay, release. Legs together. Use your core. You can always push into the ground for support. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, legs drop all the way over with control to the right. Right hand can hold on to the left thigh. Breathe into the belly. All right. Legs stay together. Use your core. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, hug your legs in. Wrap your arms around your shins. Feel that gentle compression in your hip flexors. Now we're going to rock and roll or roll over to one side and come up to tabletop position. So meet me there. Come onto all fours, hands and knees. Spread your fingers wide, wrists under the shoulders, knees hip width distance apart, and we'll move through a couple cat-cows. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round, pull in, nose towards the belly button, push the floor away. And again, inhale, open up, front extension. Exhale, round, pull in, nose to the belly. And one more time, inhale, open up. Exhale, round, curl in. Come back to neutral. We're going to come into puppy stretch. So keep your hips stacked right over your knees. Just walk or slide your hands forward. Bring the forehead down towards the mat. It's okay if it doesn't touch the mat. You can always bring your elbows down if you need a little bit more support. If not, activate your arms, push your hands into the mat, and glide the shoulders down towards your bum. Slight pull in of the belly. Nice deep breaths, breathing into the thoracic spine, the chest, the underarms, shoulders. With so much care, you're going to walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. And we're going to sit back on our heels. If you would like a block, you can take a block and just place it in between your ankles. That'll bring the floor up higher to you as you sit on the block, or just sit on your heels. We'll take our hands onto our shoulders and we'll do some elbow rolls, shoulder rolls. You're going to bring your elbows forward, up, back, and around just a few times. Good, release. You're going to inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Feel the sides of your body, your upper torso extend. As you exhale, right arm comes down, left arm up and over. Side stretch, root down through your left sit bone. Your chest stays open. Breathe into your left side. Inhale, both arms reach up. We're awakening the spine, shoulders, upper body. Left hand comes down. Exhale. Right arm up and over. Root down through your right sit bone. Chest open, shoulders out of the ears. Inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, take your hands behind you, interlace the fingers. Give your shoulders a loop onto the back. Extend your elbows, knuckles down and away. Chest expansion, breathe into your chest. A couple breaths here. As you breathe in, you'll feel your chest expand. Bring the breath into the collarbones, into the shoulders. As you exhale, the navel pulls in. And just notice how it feels to breathe deeply into the chest, into the heart, collarbones. See if you can keep the breath smooth and uninterrupted. Okay, release your hands, bring them in front of you, interlace the fingers, knuckles away from you, and start to pull the belly in, tuck your chin in, make a C shape with your spine. You might feel a nice stretch in the back of the neck, feel the shoulder blades peel away from each other. Now breathe into your upper back, the back of your heart. Notice how it feels to breathe in the back of your heart. Now lift your chest up, scoop your arms up. Inhale, reach your arms up. As you exhale, release your hands and clear the space around you as you lower the arms down. Pause for a moment. All right, let's come back onto all fours. Knees are hip width distance apart, fingers spread wide. Notice if you're collapsing in your shoulder. You want to push the floor away and hold yourself, support yourself. Pull the belly in. You're going to tuck your toes underneath here, and we're going to just lift the knees off the ground a few inches, let it hover. Keep pulling the belly in. Really support yourself here. Breathe. Activating the core, you can take your hips, dip it over to the right, so the outer edge of your right foot and inner arch of the left are down. Stay low, come center again, and then dip your hips to the left, outer edge of the left foot, inner arch of the right. And then come back to center, another cycle of breath here. Keep supporting yourself. And then when you're ready, exhale, shift up and back, downward facing dog. You can exhale out of the mouth, release, let that go. You can pedal out your feet here, bend one knee, bend the other. Stretch out the backs of your legs, keep pushing down through all 10 knuckles. Your sit bones are reaching up and back, so you have a nice long spine. Shoulders are gliding down and away from the ears. Maybe you bend your knees a lot and dip your hips over to the right. Stretch out that left shoulder, left side. Maybe you dip your hips over to the left. Come back to center. Anchor into your breath. On your inhale, you're going to lift your heels up nice and high, send your bum back. Nice stretch in the spine. Then as you exhale, gently place your knees back down onto the mat and sit back on your heels. We'll be here for just a moment. We're going to come into a sequence with eagle arms. So take your arms out to the sides and cross your right arm on top of the left. Either have your hands touch your shoulders or come back of the hands touched, or full bind palm to palm. Hands away from your face, lift your elbows slightly. We're going to move here with intention. If you'd like to pad your knees up, put a blanket under your knees for support. As you inhale, you're going to come to stand on your knees. A gentle engagement of your glutes to protect the lower back, and lift your torso up and out. Your head stays in line with the spine, so don't let your head drop back or hang off of your spine. And then as you exhale, you're going to sit back down, bring the elbows in, tuck the chin in. And we'll move like this. Smooth. Inhale, stand on your knees, lift up and out. The upper sides of the body are initiating that lift. Gentle engagement of the glutes. And exhale, round curl in. Inhale, come back to stand here and keep your arms at horizontal level. We're going to prepare to step our right foot forward into a low lunge with our arms in eagle. So find your balance, your stability, focus. Nice and slow. Step your right foot forward, lunge. Drop that right hip down, low belly zips up and in. Gently unravel your arms by your side. Just give them a moment to adjust. You're going to take your right hand to your right thigh, your knee or thigh. You're going to take your left arm out in front of you, palm is facing in. Notice if your arm is hanging off of your shoulder. You want to take this left arm, roll it up, back, and down, and plug it into the back. This is going to act as your lever, your lever. Everything here stays contained. The lower body stays where it is. You can engage your left glute for more stability if you'd like. And then just start to open and lift your left arm up without moving anything else. And you can use your right hand on your right thigh as traction to find more opening. So you're lifting up and out. We're not going back. Up and out, chest open, shoulders away from the ears. Eyes can be along the horizon, or you can start to track your eyes up a little bit as you keep your head in line with the spine. Breathe into your heart. Feel that openness and that expansion. Beautiful. Come back to center. Frame your right foot. You're going to shift your hips back and extend your right leg. Flex your toes, your foot, toes towards the face. Soften the shoulders. And then re-bend your right knee. Tuck the back toes underneath. Power up your back leg. Take your right arm to the inside of the right leg. You're going to lift your hips up a little more. Skandasana to the left. So turn your left heel in. Your heels are in, toes are out. Walk yourself to the back of the mat. Bend your left knee. And lengthen your right leg. And then re-bend your right knee. Walk yourself back. Frame your right foot, all 10 toes face forward. Preparing for high lunge. Root down through your right heel, through your right foot. Inhale, reach your arms up. As you exhale, bend the elbows. Dip your left knee down with care. Keep pulling that right hip back. Open the chest. Inhale, re-extend the arms and the leg. And as you exhale, step forward. Tadasana, mountain pose. Palms face forward, shoulders onto the back. Root down through your feet. Tail lengthens down, low belly zips in. Grow tall through the crown of the head. Eyes along the horizon. Recenter yourself. Anchor back to your breath. Keeping your tailbone lengthening down, you're going to inhale, reach your arms up. As you exhale, right arm goes back, left arm forward. Keep your hips centered as you look to the right or look back to the right hand. Inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, twist to the left. Left arm back, right arm forward. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, take your hands behind you, interlace them again here, this time standing. Extend your knuckles down and away, open your chest, rolling the shoulders onto the back. Take a nice breath in here into the chest. Little bend in your knees. Exhale, forward fold. You can keep the knees bent as much as you need to reduce any roundedness in the spine. Relax your chin in, breathe into your belly. Notice if you're leaning way back in the heels, can you trust to shift the weight a little more forward? Okay, with care, you're going to release your hands down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips to shins or quads, shoulders back, long spine, chin in. Exhale, plant your palms and step back to high plank. Heels, hips, shoulders, head in one line. Pull the belly in. Remember that frame, support yourself. So you're pushing the floor away. Pubic bone curls into the chin. You can always bring your knees down. Shift slightly forward. On your exhale, you're going to bend the elbows toward the back of the mat and lower down to your belly. Tops of feet press down. Shoulders loop onto the back, elbows in. Inhale, gentle to a cobra or baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. You can keep a gentle engagement in the glutes to support the low back. Inhale, lift, rise, cobra, baby cobra. Exhale, lower. And again, inhale, lift and rise. Stay lifted for your exhale. You can keep your hands now hover off of the mat. Tops of feet are pressing down. Chin is in, chest open. Back of the neck is long. Starting to feel that back body really enliven. Okay, and then lower everything down. Release, relax for a moment. Tuck your toes underneath, elbows hug in. On an inhale, you're going to push up, pull the belly in, either through tabletop or through high plank. And then exhale, shift up and back, downward facing dog. Take an exhaling breath out of the mouth whenever you need. All right, inhale, lift your heels up nice and high. Bring your bum back, elongate the spine. As you exhale, gently bend the knees down onto your knees and sit back on your heels, preparing for the eagle arm sequence on the other side. So you're going to take your arms out to the side. You're going to now bring your left arm on top of the right arm. Hands can touch your shoulders or backs of the hands touch, or full bind palm to palm. Fingers away from you. Lift the elbows slightly. Anchor into your breath. When you're ready, you're going to inhale, come to stand on the knees, and feel that lift up and out. Head stays in line with the spine. Gently engage the glutes. As you exhale, sit back down, curl in, chin in, round. And again, inhale, rise, lift. Exhale, round, curl in. Inhale, rise. Stay in the center here with your torso. And exhale. We're going to prepare to step the left foot forward, keeping your arms in eagle. Stepping forward, drop the left hip down, low belly zips up and in. Magnetize the inner thighs. For stability, unravel the arms with care. Pause for a moment with the arms by the side, adjust. Take your left hand onto your left thigh. Okay, find your foundation, that stays. Your right arm comes out this time, palm facing in. Plug that right shoulder right onto the back, right into that socket. And then use your right arm as a lever. Bring your right arm up, keeping everything hugging into the midline, left hips pulling back. Find your gaze out in front of you along the horizon, or maybe you track the eyes up as you lift up and out. Breathe into your heart, and then focus your eyes on one point. Beautiful. Prepare now to lower your arm down, frame your left foot, send your sit bones back, flex your left foot, soften the shoulders. Nice hamstring stretch here. And then rebend your left knee, tuck your right toes underneath, power up your back leg, and take your left arm to the inside of the left leg. Lift your hips up, prepare for skandasana to the right. So heels in, toes out, bend your right knee, walk yourself over to the right, extend your left leg. And then bend your left knee, walk yourself back over to the front of the mat, frame your left foot, all 10 toes face forward. When you're ready, we're going to rise up, high lunge, inhale. As you exhale, bend your elbows, cactus the arms, gently dip your right knee down, pull that left hip back, show your heart. Inhale, re-lengthen everything. And as you exhale, step forward into Tadasana, mountain pose, palms face forward, shoulders onto the back. Feel the kneecaps lift, tailbone lengthens down, eyes up, proud open chest, ground, recenter, anchor into your breath. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Either swan dive forward or keep your biceps by the ears as you lower down, little bend in the knees. This is a great way to strengthen the back body as you forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, plant your palms. Step back to high plank. Pause in high plank. Hips, shoulders, head, one line. Engage your legs here. Pull the belly in. Shift slightly forward on your exhale. Bend your elbows towards the back of the mat. You can always bring your knees down. Lower onto your belly. We're going to come into a chest opener. So we'll extend you can scooch over to your right and extend the left arm out in line with the shoulder. So not above, not below, but right in line with the shoulder, palm down. Right hand is on the ground to support you. You're going to look to your right, and then you're going to roll over onto your left side any amount. Head is down. Your legs can be stacked or staggered for support. If you have more flexibility, you can place your right foot behind the back of the left leg, knee is bent. Your right hand can stay down as support to hold some of the weight. If you feel open here and you want more, you can bring your right arm up to the sky. Maybe you want to bind it. So you choose. If you feel pain, sharp pain, you've gone way too far. A little bit of discomfort you can breathe through. Connect to your breath. Okay, wherever you are, you're going to start to come out of the shape with lots of care and control. Come back to your belly, and then scoot yourself over to the left. Take your right arm out, palm is down, right in line with the shoulder. Left hand down for support, right ear down. Roll over onto your right side, any amount. Legs can be stacked or staggered, or you can place the left foot behind the right leg. Maybe left arm comes up, your choice. And again, we're never forcing or pushing ourselves into a shape. The body will unfurl as it's ready. You're just creating the environment for that to happen. So you meet your point of resistance. As soon as you meet that edge, then you just drop into your breath, focus on your exhales, and the body will follow. The mind will follow. All right, with so much care and control, we're going to come back onto our belly, come to the center, and we'll come onto our forearms. And we're going to engage the deep part of our core. So your arms are parallel. Again, support yourself. You'll see that theme. So make sure you're not collapsing and hanging out. You want to push the forearms down. into the ground and hug your elbows in towards the chest. That's going to bring the chest through the windows of the shoulders. Palms down, tops of the feet pressed down. You can always engage the glutes here to stabilize and protect the lower back. So from here, we're going to inhale here to prepare. As you exhale, you're going to tuck your chin in and pull the belly up and in, so much so that your hips will start to lift off of the mat. Tuck the tailbone under, tuck, 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 tuck. You might shake a little bit. As you breathe in, slowly lower the hips back down. Lift the head, shoulders are out of the ears. A couple more times. Exhale, tuck your chin in, pull the belly in, tuck, 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 lift, tuck the tail under, lift. And then slowly release the hips, inhale. Lift your head, and again. Exhale, tuck the chin in, pull the belly in, tuck, 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 lift. So strong. Inhale, release the hips, head lifts. We're going to do that one more time. Option to add on. Exhale, tuck the chin in, pull the belly in, tuck, 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 tuck. Press your feet so much into the ground that maybe your knees lift. Keep pulling the belly in, tuck the tail under. And then with so much care and control, inhale, lower the hips, lift the gaze. And as you exhale, just wing your elbows out. Stack the palms, rest your forehead on the backs of the hands. You can be still here if you want to give your hips a little sway, release. Breathe into your belly, feel your belly expand into the ground, into the mat, creating space in your lower back. And as you exhale, soften. Okay, take your hands on either side of you, hands just in front of the fronts of the shoulders, elbows in, tuck the toes under. On your inhale, you're going to push the floor away, pull the belly in, either push up through tabletop or high plank, and exhale back, downward facing. Cleansing breath here, inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Release. From here, we're going to move like a ninja. You're going to inhale, sweep the right leg up, three-legged dog. Bend your right knee, open up your hips. Knee becomes the highest point. Keep dropping that left heel down. Try to keep the shoulders level and square to the top of the mat. You can roll out your right ankle if you like, a few times in one direction and the other direction. Okay, close your hips and re-straighten that right leg. Inhale. Look between the hands as you exhale. Gently step your right foot through, warrior two. Drop your left heel down, open up your left toes. Cartwheel the arms open, warrior two. Hug that right glute into the midline. Knee is in line with second and third toe. Low belly zips up and in. Look beyond your right fingers. Firm the outer edge of your left foot. Left leg is strong. So we're stable here, and yet there's a softness and we're at ease. Find your breath. Extended side angle, right forearm to right thigh, right palm is up. Again, don't collapse. Support yourself, left arm to the sky, or if you'd like, left arm arches up and over, palm is facing in, the chest is open. Notice if you've collapsed, keep it open. Maybe your right hand wants to come down to the ground or to the block. Maybe you want to bind. You can take your left hand and grab the inside of your right inner thigh, or maybe a full bind. You choose, as long as you can still breathe freely and effortlessly. If you are in a bind, gently release your bind. We're going to prepare for half moon. So you can take your hand on the hip or keep it lifted, whatever you prefer. Look down and look in front of you. We're going to step into our right foot. Bring your fingertips in front of you. You can always walk your back foot in for more support. And then step into your right leg and extend both legs. Your hips are open. Your inner arch of your left foot is parallel to the ground. And your right leg is engaged. So you're internally rotating that right hip in to support yourself. Left arm maybe to the sky if you want to play. Bend your left knee and maybe you grab a hold of your left foot. Kick your foot into your hand and open up that chest, open the heart. And if you fall, that's okay. It's part of the practice. Just get back up. Focus your eyes on one point. Steady your breath. That'll steady your mind. That'll help with your balance. If you have your foot, gently release your foot. We're going to gracefully step back to warrior two. So bend your right knee. Nice silent step back. Warrior two. Reverse your warrior, flip your right palm up. Right arm reaches up and back. Nice counter stretch. Keep your right knee bent. And we're going to cartwheel our hands down, frame your right foot, and we're going to step back to side plank. So all 10 toes are facing forward. You're going to come onto the outer edge of your left foot and step your right foot back to stack on your right foot or stagger. Or you can always place your left knee down for support. If you're stacking the feet, make sure your ankles are strong and they're not collapsing in. Keep that left side body lifted. Right arm up to the sky or arch it up and over. Building strength and stability. Make sure you're breathing. Look down. Come into plank. Either shift back to down dog or if you would like to flow. 1 breath per movement. Either come halfway down, chaturanga, and then extend your arms upward facing, legs are engaged, or you can come to your belly and come to cobra. As you exhale, pull the belly in, shift up and back, downward facing dog. Take a nice breath in. Cleansing breath out of the mouth. Recenter yourself here. Other side. Whole new opportunity. Moving like a ninja. Inhale, left leg sweeps up. Bend your left knee, knee becomes the highest point. You can circle out your ankle a few times in one direction if you'd like. Keep dropping that right heel down, shoulders squared if you can. Then extend your left leg, 3-legged dog, close the hips. Look between your hands. As you exhale, step your left foot through. Between the hands, warrior 2. Drop that right heel down, cartwheel, the arms open. Find your warrior 2 stance. From the outer edge of the right foot, back leg nice and strong. Tuck your left glute in the center. Knee in line with second and third toe. Extended side angle, left forearm to left thigh. Support yourself, right arm up to the sky. Or if you want, arch it up and over. Options here, maybe left hand to the ground or to the block. Chest is open. Or maybe you take that right hand to the inside of the left inner thigh. Use that as leverage to open up that right shoulder. Maybe you look up, or maybe you come into a full bind. Choose where you want to be in the practice today. Support yourself. Every day is different. So find compassion and find that dance and that balance between challenging yourself and listening to what would be the most supportive for you in practice today. Only you know what that truth is for you. Okay. If you are in a bind, release the bind, preparing for half moons. Maybe you want your hand on your hip or keep it up to the sky. Look down. You're going to step into that left foot. You can walk your back foot in for more support if you'd like. Your left hand can come on a block if you like. Hips are open, and remember that left leg is also engaged. Don't let it just fall asleep. Internally rotate that left glute. Inner arch of the right foot is parallel to the ground. Find your expression. Maybe you bend that top leg, grab a hold of the foot, kick your foot into your hand, and open up the chest. Breathe. If you have that foot, release it with care. Prepare to step back to warrior 2, like that ninja. Nice big step back, silent with control. Warrior 2. Reverse. Flip your left palm, lift up and back, keep the bend in the left knee. And then cartwheel your hands down, frame your left foot, preparing for that side plank. Right hand down, you're going to step your left foot on top of the right, left arm up. Either stack your feet, stagger, or you can always place your right knee down. Lift that right side body. Ankles are strong. Support yourself. Breathe. If you want to arch your arm up and over, you can do that. Well done. Come back to high plank. You can shift back to down dog. If you'd like to flow, this is your final flow. 1 breath per movement. Try not to move from habit. Make it intentional. Exhale back, downward facing. Let's take a break, a rest, feet together, knees down and open, child's pose. Bounce your forehead down towards the ground, relax your elbows. Feel that nice release in the lower back, hips heavy, breathe into your belly. Let everything ground and settle, all that beautiful work. Okay, preparing for our peak pose today. Come to sit up on your knees, close your legs here. We're gonna come into Ustrasana, camel pose, and we'll do 2 rounds of camel pose. Make sure that you're feeling centered and grounded before we go into this, so we can feel grounded and so we're not overstimulating. All right, so we're gonna stand on the knees. Support your knees if you need it. Bring them hip width distance apart. You can gently engage your glutes here as you do this, because that'll help to create stability in the lower back. Your tailbone lengthens down. Hands can come above the glutes, fingers facing down. Give your shoulders a loop onto the back, elbows in. Pushing down, your hips are coming forward, and you're gonna start to lift up and out rather than just crunching back. Up and out, shoulders back. Head stays in line with the spine, so don't let it just hang off the neck. If it feels better to keep your chin in, you can do that. If not, let it go back in line with the spine, but not all the way back. Breathe into your chest, into your heart. When you feel ready, imagine there's someone who's tied a string to your heart and lovingly pulls you back up. And then sit back on your heels, backs of the hands on your thighs, palms up. Close your eyes and allow yourself to receive that first round. You can stay right here if that felt like that was enough. If you want to come into round 2, you can do the exact same expression variation or follow me into a deeper variation. Come back to stand on your knees if you're coming with me. Hands on above the glutes, engage the glutes, shoulders onto the back. You can tuck your toes underneath here if you like that extra support. We're going to reach for the heels. Lift up and out. Hips are going forward, finding your heels. Shoulders back. So you're engaging the glutes, the hips are going forward as you're holding onto the heels for that leverage. You can always point your toes here. I like to keep my toes tucked for that extra support. Breathe into your heart. Find calm and ease. When you feel ready, again, as if someone's lovingly pulling you up, sit back on your heels, palms up on the thighs, shoulders back, close your eyes, drop your awareness right into the center of your heart. Breathe, receive. Just feel that beautiful opening in the heart, in the front, the back, the sides, all around. Beautiful. Gently open your eyes, bring that light back in. Now we'll come into a seated twist to bring in some balance. And so you can just shift your legs over to the right, bring your bum down. Your left knee will stay bent. Take your right leg and bring it all the way around to the outside of the left thigh. Make sure both sit bones are rooted. If they're not, sit up on something, or you can always extend your left leg out straight. Your right hand is behind you as support, as a kickstand to keep the spine tall. Left arm reaches up, inhale. As you exhale, twist to the right. Either hug your right thigh in or hook left tricep outside of right thigh. So you want to draw everything into the middle here. The left shoulder has a tendency to collapse, so can you keep it open? Head and neck are the last to turn, initiating the twist from the core. Abdominal breathing here. You're welcome to keep your eyes open or closed and bring your inner eye, your awareness to the third eye. Space between the eyebrows or center of the forehead or the midbrain. Gently release, untwist, come back to center, interlace your hands around your right knee, pause in the center, receive your twist. Preparing for the seated twist on the other side. So your bottom leg now is bent, your right leg is bent, left foot comes to the outside of the right thigh, or you can straighten out the right leg out in front of you. The left arm is behind you as support as your kickstand. Find the tall spine first. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, hug the left thigh in or hook right tricep outside of left thigh. Head and neck are last to turn, initiating the twist from the core. Hug everything in, shoulders down and away, abdominal breathing. Either eyes are, if they're open, focus your eyes on one point with a soft gaze, or maybe eyes closed. Either way, you can place your inner eye, your awareness to the midbrain, to the third eye, or the space between your eyebrows or center of the forehead, whatever is easier for you to find. Okay. You're going to gently untwist, come back to center, interlace the fingers, hold on to your left knee, pause, receive. And we'll unravel the legs and come into Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. So I always like to just take my hands and remove some of the flesh so I can really feel my sit bones connected to the ground. You can bend your knees here. Don't worry about if the legs are straight or not. This is about the orientation of the spine in the forward fold to ground. Reach your arms up. Inhale, thumbs back in space. As you exhale, hinge forward. Keep the length of the spine. Lengthen, 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 lengthen. And then grab a hold of the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Use your hands on your feet as leverage. Lengthen the spine, shoulders down and back, chin in. And then as you exhale, now you can start to find a fold here. Maintain some brightness in the chest, shoulders down. You can release the chin in, abdominal breath here. Knees can be bent or straight. Go inward here. Forward folds are great for grounding, for calming, releasing. Okay, the same way that we came in, we're going to extend the arms out in front of us, biceps by the ears, thumbs back in space. Inhale, lead with the thumbs, rise up, sit up tall. And exhale, take your hands down onto your thighs. Pause for a moment, receive. All right. We're going to just come and roll down onto our backs, so make sure there's some space behind you to lay down. And when you get down, you can bring your legs into Supta Baddha Konasana, just like we started. Feet together, knees open, supporting yourself as you'd like. or constructive rest. Feet out wide, knees fall in to touch. Bring one hand onto the belly, the other hand onto the heart. Close down your eyes. Take a cleansing breath if you'd like. Hands on body, actively allow love to flow through the palms of your hands into your being. Just receiving this nourishment. Beautiful. Now from here, if your legs are open, you can this time take your hands to the backs of your thighs and assist the closure of your legs. And we'll come into one final shape before Shavasana, happy baby. So bring your knees in, flex your feet, arms to the insides of the legs. Either grab a hold of your calves or your ankles or your outer edges of the feet, or peace fingers around big toe, your choice. Keep your shoulders down, hips down. Be still or sway. You can play around with this if you want to extend one leg and extend the other, however you want to express your happy baby. Breathe into your belly. All right, releasing your happy baby. Bring your legs in, give yourself a nice hug, wrap your arms around your shins. Either keep your chest down, or if you want, you can bring yourself into a little seed. Preparing yourself for Shavasana. You can extend your legs out long, take up so much space, maybe more space than you normally do. Let your ankles fall open. Arms down by your side, palms up. I always like to give my chest a little lift and gently tuck the shoulders under, relax down so that the heart is nice and open and spacious. A cleansing breath out of the mouth if you'd like. Close your lips. Relax the energy behind your eyes. Let go of any control or shaping of your breath. Your whole body is resting on the ground. This time is here for you to nourish yourself. Receiving your practice, receiving your efforts, receiving all the beautiful work that you did. Rest here in pure, spacious awareness. Just notice what it feels like to be at home in the center of your multi-dimensional being. And know that this place of deep ease and calm and connection is always available to you. It is always there. It is your birthright. You can slowly and gently begin to deepen your breath once again. You can start to bring some movement back to your body, moving your fingers and your toes, your wrists, your ankles. Maybe you move your head from side to side. Bring your arms up overhead for a nice big stretch. Bring your knees in toward you again. Give yourself a hug. Acknowledge your efforts and for showing up for yourself today. You can roll over onto one side, pausing on your side and in this in-between space, breathing into the back of your heart, your upper back. And then when you're ready, you're going to come up to a seat, preparing for pranayama and meditation. So if you'd like to sit up on a prop, you can sit on a block or you can sit on a chair or lean up against the wall, whatever you need to feel like you can drop in and not be distracted by your posture. As you're getting yourself set up in a comfortable seat, I'll explain, we're going to do a pranayama called Viloma on an inhale. And this is a breathing practice to expand our lung capacity. We're going to inhale. It's going to be one inhale, but it's going to be broken up into three parts. It's going to be broken up 1/3, the first third into the first chamber, second third in the second chamber, and then to the final chamber at the top. So that's one breath. We're going to pause in between each one. It's still the one same breath. And then we're going to exhale for 6, nice and smooth. I'll guide you through the first several rounds, and then I'll let you do a few on your own, and then we'll sit in meditation. Sitting up tall, shoulders down and back, relax your elbows, find this softness, and yet there's this presence. We are here. Close down your eyes and just bring your awareness to your breath in and out through the nose, starting to smoothen out the breath. And just so that we are on the same page, exhale the breath through the nose, and we'll begin Viloma. Inhale 1/3 of the breath into the first chamber, pause for 2. Inhale into the second third, the second chamber, pause for 2. Continue the exhalation, final third into the third chamber, right into your heart, pause for 2. And then exhale smoothly for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale for 2, first chamber, pause for 2. Inhale, second chamber, pause for 2. Inhale, final third into the heart, pause for 2. Exhale smoothly for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, first chamber, pause for 2. Continue the inhale, second chamber, pause for 2. Final third inhale into the heart, last chamber, pause for 2. Exhale for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, first chamber, pause. Continue the inhale, second chamber, pause. Final third inhale, Pause. Exhale for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, first chamber. Pause. Continue the inhale, second chamber. Pause. Continue the inhale, final chamber right into the heart. Pause. Exhale, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue on your own. 2 more rounds. Count for yourself. Guide yourself. Trust yourself. Finishing up your final exhale, no rush. When you've completed your final 6 count exhale, you're going to release any control of your breath. Allow your breath to adjust, let it be natural, and rest your awareness in the center of your heart. Awareness, attention rests in the center of your heart, the center of, perhaps you feel, sense, see a flame or a radiant light in the center of the heart. As your awareness rests here in the center of the flame or the center of this radiant light, notice it getting brighter and brighter, expanding and filling up your whole chest, the back, the front, the sides, all around. Allowing this radiant light and flame to nourish your heart. Inviting in that softness. Allowing this radiant light or flame to cleanse and to heal. Resting in this radiant light, this eternal flame, your true essence for the next minute or so. Begin to deepen your breath. Slight bowing of the chin. Bring your hands to touch in front of heart center. Acknowledge the light and the teacher within you. Thank you for sharing your practice. Thank you for your trust. From my heart to yours. Namaste.